Hollywood ended a couple years ago and nobody was calling. I wasn't getting any calls or deals. It was over for me in Hollywood. My 15 minutes were up. So I had to figure it out. And being a mom of two and, no one to rely on, I have to provide. I decided on real estate and to fully commit myself to it.
I'm Anna Rumor here with Pop Culture, and today I have with us the iconic Kendra Wilkinson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I love iconic. That's so cool.
Iconic. What a way to start an interview.
Yeah, it's like a bang.
Well, a lot of people know you from Girls Next Door, but you're taking on a whole different challenge in your new Discovery Plus series, Kendra Sells Hollywood. Can you tell us a little bit about how you first got into real estate and how you got into Kendra Sells Hollywood?
Well, thank you for asking. I have always kind of been interested in the real estate game. You know, when I was living at the Playboy Mansion for 5 years, I actually invested in a few properties, and I loved the game of real estate. And fast forward to now, Hollywood ended a couple years ago, and nobody was calling. I wasn't getting any calls or deals. It was over for me in Hollywood. My 15 minutes were up. So I had to figure it out. And being a mom of two and, no one to rely on, I have to provide. I decided on real estate and to fully commit myself to it. So I decided that. I passed the real estate exam the first try, and the cameras came back to film it all. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, how does it feel kind of taking on this new endeavor on camera now? That's got to be some pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, a lot. First of all, I didn't even think I could even do TV anymore. I spent years off camera, and I just became I've always been basic, but I was even more basic, for a long time. And just living in grocery stores, living in sweats, going, and I really just needed to just figure it all out. And then the cameras, I passed my real estate. By the way, I chose real estate not for Hollywood. I chose real estate for myself and my kids. I did not. So as I was studying and as I was entering real estate, no one knew about it, but me and my kids and one or two friends. But after I posted that I'd passed my real estate exam, HGTV came, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. So then we created, the show Kendra Sells Hollywood, and I am so excited for this huge, huge opportunity. And, just when I think it's over, it all starts back up again. And it really helps me. And it's really fun for me to do this. I love TV and I love real estate. I love it all, and combine it all, and you get a party.
You get a whole lot of fun. Well, what is it like filming this show as compared to your previous TV experience?
Thank you for asking. It's a really good question. This is a whole different show, a whole different ball game, because I actually have a job. So before, with 14 years on television, I never actually had a job. My job was just filming, right? Mm-hmm. So I actually had a job, but I didn't have a job on camera. So now I actually have a job on camera, and it's a real, true career for me. And it's my first job, and the cameras are there just to document the start of it and hopefully the journey of it. And it is a lot of pressure. I'm working with Douglas Elliman, who is one of the biggest real estate companies in the world, and the classiest, the most amazing real estate agents in the world work with Douglas Elliman, and all eyes are on me. My God, it's a lot of pressure here, but I'm really trying to just, stay down to earth, stay focused, and really keep my eye on the business. I'm really here for the business of real estate.
Yeah, jumping in with such big names, that's got to be another whole realm. What was it like not only entering this realm, but entering it at such a high level?
Whew, yeah, I just jumped right in. Jumped right in with the sharks.
Right.
I'm like a little tadpole, a little teeny fish with the big sharks, It's really a lot, but you got to start somewhere. And I am a real mom, a real woman who's really starting from scratch here. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I don't have an education. I am learning from scratch, and I'm willing to build and grow and put myself out there and be vulnerable. And my message is to not be afraid and ashamed of yourself if you are in that position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seems like it was even more than just a career journey for you. It feels like it was personal and maybe a little bit emotional.
Yeah, big time. And it took a few people just to have faith in me as a person, as a mom. And it does take a couple people who want to see a single mom, aim for success. It really does. It takes just a few people, and it gives me so much hope and light. And I'm really, it's really amazing what one person can do who wants to see a single mom succeed.
Have you learned anything about yourself or even about the real estate business going through filming this?
Yeah, so I'm working with, I am being trained by experts here, and and I don't think they really realize how little I knew. So that's what you're about to see. I am starting from scratch. So, my mentor and people who are around training me from this major real estate company they were in for a treat when I'm like, what am I doing? I have to hang up signs for an open house. What? Where do I do that?
How did your expectations going into filming kind of match up with the actual experience, or just looking back on it now?
All of it's aligning, all of it. And, I'm just not ashamed of just being vulnerable and really making mistakes is a part of it. And, it's really scary because I get, you get hate, people are like, oh, she's a joke, she's not really, you have to be smart. You have to be smart to do this job. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm doing everything I possibly can. I'm giving it my best, and that's all you can do. So, and we have to start, easing up on people like that, stop shaming people and being positive, especially a mom who really is trying to provide for their kids.
Yeah, I can't imagine that kind of, feedback is helpful or feels good whenever you're really trying to take on a new chapter of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Just cameras on. That's the only difference, really. And, it's just really exciting. I'm here to show you that you can do it, that you can put one foot in front of the other. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Absolutely. Is there any message that you would want people to take away from the show? Maybe someone who's in a similar situation as you were,
what I just said. I just think it's important that we really stay positive with people and really really know that people out there are starting from scratch, and they're learning and they're growing and they're changing and they're evolving, and we all have to, we all have a story. We all come from somewhere, and the past is in the past, and we all have a right to grow and change in our own ways. And some people are educated, some people aren't. Some people have to start later in life, and that's okay. And this is about single mom empowerment and just people empowerment, just being human, and I'm showing you that you don't have to be perfect. You have to be just willing to just be and work.
Yeah, and work, put in the work. Well, and it can't be easy to be, as vulnerable as you're being on camera. To what do you attribute your ability to be so real and raw with people?
It's equivalent to any, musician. They're writing music, and like Taylor Swift, writing her music. About her life and her struggles and all this and all that. It's the same thing. I'm not afraid to experience a real life and real emotions. And, we're all sometimes people, are criticizing people who aren't walking around as robots, but at the end of the day, that's what makes hit songs and hit shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there anything else that you would want people to know about your show before they get to tune in tomorrow?
Kendra Sells Hollywood is, I want to cry right now. It really is my favorite show I've ever filmed in my entire life. And I couldn't have been surrounded by a better team of people and production, Bodega Films, Bodega Pictures, Douglas Elliman. Not only are you tuning in to Discovery Plus and subscribing to it to support a single, you're supporting hundreds of people. You're supporting this amazing production company, Bodega Pictures, and their families. You're supporting a couple of these real estate agents that were willing to film to support their families. I mean, you're really supporting just more than just me. You're supporting a huge movement here. And it's really exciting, really exciting.
Awesome. Well, I cannot wait to watch it. For you guys watching at home, Kendra Sells Hollywood premieres on Discovery Plus Wednesday, November 17th. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.